Hi there, we are doing week 4 of Critical Essay today, and this is a biggie, an important one. It'll probably have to be split up into two different videos. Okay, what are we doing this week? We are writing about techniques, which is what your critical essay is all about. Remember, we talked earlier about the idea of a writer having a toolbox. And your job in critical essay is to identify what tools the writer has used to create certain effects. And that's what a critical essay is. Every paragraph you write must really refer to these. Now, page 1 of the notes, I have got, I've put this in because actually it's easy to forget when you're sitting exams what a work of literature is about and why you're studying it. And basically what I've said there is that a good work of literature is conveying a message about the human condition. Why do people behave the way they do? What are the pressures that people face? How do they deal with these pressures? And how do we interact with each other? That's what literature is. And it's important that you remember this when you come to write your critical essay, because what you're doing is you're writing about how the writer conveys a message, what the message is about life, the human condition. So that's what I'm talking about there. And basically, most techniques, the most important technique, if you like, is the technique of theme. It's not the most important technique because what I argue is that, and what I'm trying to show you this week, is that all techniques come back to the theme, because the theme is the message of the book, play, poem. So if you're writing about the author's use of characterization, you are saying the author uses the characterization to say this. The author uses the setting to say this, and the this is the theme. So you're always coming back to theme. Themes are the fundamental and often universal ideas explored in a literary work. And you see a big picture of Britain's Got Talent there, and it's a very simplistic analogy there. I've got the idea of a programme like Britain's Got Talent. You could say that it's about finding talented people and giving them the opportunity of showing their talent. The themes of the show, if you wanted to look at it that way in a deeper way, would be the pursuit of fame, or overcoming adversity to pursue your dream. You know how they all say that, it's my dream, etc. So it's all about dreams, and in many cases, hopeless dreams, and the pursuit of dreams that, well, there's not any talent there to start with. So it's kind of work. If obviously this is taking it a bit too far and a bit too literal, but you get the idea. So that a book like The Great Gatsby could be about Jay Gatsby trying to. It's a love story, isn't it? Jay Gatsby trying to win back Daisy. The themes of the novel, however, are manifold. They're, the idea of the American dream and how he stands for the awfulness. The people he's surrounded by are. It's the awfulness of the American dream, the hopelessness of it, the breaking up of the pursuit of the American dream. So that's the two levels there. So that's what we're talking about. Themes when it comes to techniques. And theme is what pupils struggle with, but it's easy. What's the message of the book? What's the book about? Not on the face of it, but underneath it all. And when you see the word how in a critical essay, what you're looking at is what techniques. So how does the writer show this? How does the writer portray this? What techniques? What's he doing? And I've given you a couple of examples there, and of things that you might want to look at, and how the other idea of this week is the idea that in one paragraph can't be broken down to write about metaphors, for instance. how the writer uses metaphors in his work. Because metaphors will be used to show the character. So it's a bit of characterization, overlapping with setting, overlapping with stage directions, all coming back to theme. It's very difficult to just separate them out into one paragraph. And I've given you a couple of examples there to show you what I mean by that and how that works in practice. Okay, I then go on to look at exam technique. The exam is not the place to work out what you're going to say about techniques. You should have thought about this before. Thought about it and learned is maybe too strong a word that certainly teachers do not. I mean, I am never advocating that you learn an essay, but you have to learn what you're going to say in an essay, because you've got 45 minutes, 50 minutes. You're not going to have some great inspiration in the middle of an exam hall. You've got to absolutely have worked out what you're going to say about what technique before. And of course, coming back to the idea that the critical essay, the skill involved is whittling down what you're saying to answer the question, discarding information and using only that that's relevant. So what is relevant is the techniques, and you should know what you're going to say about them. And then I look in detail at drama and how you want to, what sort of techniques you're wanting to say, and I go into a wee bit of detail about that and how you write about that, structure, conflict and drama, characterization, etc. And finally, I finish off with the idea of exam, words that you might want to use in a critical essay. So instead of just saying this has connotations of, which is repeated all over, all the time throughout essays, and becomes a bit of a drag, you want words. Look at these words, learn these words. Creates, mirrors, establishes, foreshadows, demonstrates, establishes twice, underlines, highlights, echoes, reveals, explains, hints at, etc. And again, other words that you might want to use, the effect of techniques, key idea, gripping, pivotal movement, moving it forward, striking, intelligent, effective. Learn these and use them in your essays. And finally, the assignment for this week is a mini essay, a mini critical essay. Look at your notes there and let's get on with it. So to summarise this week, we are looking at the idea of techniques, theme, all techniques coming back to theme, always writing about the theme, learning what you're going to say about techniques in the exam, and varying your vocabulary in critical essays. Okay, that's us.